What's up, YouTube? This is Red Devilosa from Red Devilosa Reviews. This is a good discussion on Raya, the Last Dragon. I'm here with my friend from the 301, Eddie, aka Shaq. What's up?
We're chilling. It's the last day before spring break's over. We gotta get this video out the way for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Raya and the Last Dragon was is a Disney Plus exclusive. It's on a premiere access right now, so it's like $30. For those of you that are waiting for it to be free on Disney Plus, it'll be available June 4th. And here's our thoughts. What do you think about Raya?
I think it was a pretty good movie. I think it's definitely worth the $30 or 29, whatever. And I'm saying this, people are like, why would you spend 29.99 on a movie? Because people were talking about how bad Mulan was. Like this movie is not Mulan. All right,
No,
so
it's not
this
Mulan.
movie, that's the good. And it's like Disney's formula for animated movies has been top notch. Like I'm not gonna say it's one of the best, but it's definitely a really good Disney movie.
Yeah,
It's also
it's really good.
it's like the first Disney movie that's like Southeast Asian. So it's not like China or Japanese, which they've already like kind of done.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like more like there's like India, there's like Singapore, there's like Taiwan, there's like a
In
lot of
Indonesia, like that area. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I thought it was a really good film. It's a really interesting concept. It's kind of like Disney's The Last of Us kind of a thing, where the world is kind of like in an apocalyptic kind of thing. Everybody's turned to stone, and there's like only survivors left. There is some like issues here and there. We'll kind of get into that uh, in a bit. Uh, I'd like to just point out that pretty much the majority of this film was done like in people's basements, like during quarantine. So it's like the animation is just absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that it was done in like people's basements too, it's absolutely impressive in how it looks. And I mean, it's obvious that Disney will always look. The animation is usually like a default praise for the film, but I really gotta commend them for that. Um, yeah. But like in terms of that, I feel like there was some kind of restriction for like making it flesh out some of these other characters and some of this other kind of like stuff here and there. You know what I mean?
We're talking about cons because there's not that many cons. One of the only cons I have like really had with the film was is this a spoiler review? Can I
Yeah,
talk
it is.
about
It
like
is.
that?
It is. I
All
think
right,
it's been around since like I think March 5th, so I think we have a good time.
so if you watch the movie, there's something like they're going to like a lore and backstory of like the world, but they don't really go into a lore and backstory of the world. Like dragons fight off these drones or whatever, and like but you don't really know where the Droon come from. All you know that the Droon are like based on negative emotion of people or something like that. And then also like for some reason the drone which call are weak to water or something. So all the water like all the dragons are like water based. Like you have one that's fog, you have one that's rain. Aquafina's like or Aquafina, the main dragon character,
A
is
little
like a
water.
swimming dragon, like almost
Yeah.
like an eel type dragon. So like you just say like yeah the drone are bad, but all you know from about them is that they're what you call it negative people's negative emotion. So it's like how did somebody's negative emotion manifest
To
and
like a
like
monster kind of thing.
that's
Yeah.
something like a monster that like takes over the world like and they have like a little like history like oh the three dragons what did this and did that and whatever and they made or like and they made like some type of like a part of like dragon energy which keeps the Droon at bay and like
Right.
okay I suppose like it's magic so you can kind of like be like whimsical as you want with it but it's like so you try to tell me like the only that's why I feel like it's not like an amazing Disney movie because really good Disney movies kind of have like the bad guy or like the antagonist kind of has like a clear directive and I just feel like the Drone is just like oh it's just that monster that destroys
Yeah. Yeah. And
like
then
it's
like
not like a Jafar or
right.
like what's called or like a Scar like these are amazing Disney movies but it's like because they're villain like he's bad but it's like you can understand his motivation. Like if it's like I said, Jafar trying to get like more power growing up poor like Aladdin, or if you have Scar who hates his brother from being older than him and being a leader for pride. Like you have like these really good antagonists with like issues, but
Yeah,
like
here it's
the
just a
antagonist in this,
giant blob, pretty
yeah,
much.
just a giant like blob smoke monster that turns people to stone. Like they didn't even really explain why they get turned to stone. Like why wouldn't they just die? Like
Yeah,
I honestly, so
it's a
there could be
Disney
like the
movie,
whole,
but like, but yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
why stone them? Like
Yeah, and then also like I mean like if water is their weakness, I'm assuming this isn't like Earth, but if it's like 70% water, then like that's kind of like limits how much the drone can like expand out because like I assume it's a spherical planet and all that.
I don't know,
Um,
they did have some realistic like so some like the people in the desert were almost wiped out right in the forest,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
the town that was based on Singapore, that was like if you know Singapore, it's like a bunch of docks and like they're on top of like a river or like water some shit. Like they were
yeah.
fine, like they were
And I
thriving.
like I like the creativity they had. Like for some of them, they made like their own canal so that they can isolate the town into like in a water so like it surrounds the area. So like I appreciate that kind of stuff, like thinking in the apocalypse kind of thing. Um, that you have to like learn how to adjust and all that. And also like what we were talking about this a little earlier. It's just like sometimes they kind of like went over the like for example like when Namari and Raya become friends at the beginning, and like it was pretty obvious that she would betray her
Betrayer.
by
Yeah.
stealing the gem and all that.
I do like how I guess you could say Namari is like kind of bad, like kind of an antagonist. Maybe
Yeah.
she her issues stem from like her mother, who's like the leader of a tribe, like I think Fang or some shit. Like, and like what I did like about her being the villain, like it's like it wasn't like kind of an SJW piece. Like if could
No.
you imagine like if like so Menard is a female, but it's like her dad runs and her dad set up this like scheme or whatever, it'd be like oh the evil man or something like that. Like like
Yeah.
like no, because movies like this have like they like tend to like when they talk about corruption, it tends to be like the man and stuff like that.
Yeah. It could
But
have.
you can see
It
like
could
in
have
this
went in that
movie, it was
direction.
more
Yeah.
or less Namari's mother who was like the reason this happened. And
Right.
it was actually Raya's dad who tried to like it was he didn't really get that many lines because he got turned to stone, but like he was like he was it was pretty respectable.
Yeah. Like also like we were also kind of talking about like how they kind of like skipped 6 years after her dad turned to stone, and then
Yeah.
she says like the like this is the last river to find Sisu and all that, and it's like I mean, I would have liked a little montage to see her growing up and going through different rivers to see like you don't have to it doesn't have to be that long like
So one of the best montages. So we were talking about this on the phone. One of the best montages, in my opinion, is the Tarzan montage,
yeah.
where it's like he's trying to become an ape because like Kerjack will never like let him into the pride. Like, it's also one of the best montages I think in Disney history, where Kerjack won't let him be like in the pride, like or not the pride of, but like the pack of apes, right?
Right.
So it's like he's trying to be an ape and he's trying to like learn more monkey things, but like in the process he's actually becoming a man, and it's called Son of Man. Like and it has the
Right.
whatever I think his last name Collins, whatever. First name
Yeah,
eludes me, but it's like
I
has
haven't
that
seen
really good
Tarzan in a
song.
while, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like it could have had like a montage there, like of her going through different rivers, like also with her like growing up as well, while on this
Because like
quest.
she's 10 and then she comes back and she's like 16, but she's like she looks more like an adult than she
Yeah,
does
she
since like
does.
16.
Yeah,
Like
right. And then I also wanted to like say like I felt like this could have benefited with a mini series or something like that, like maybe like 4 or 5 episodes, like so we can at least get to have more development of like the villages, like the each different tribes and like how they've done it. Because like I think my biggest thing about this film is like it did need like a little bit more time to establish some of these characters, like the shrimp kid, the Tong, the baby, which I never really took the baby too seriously personally. I mean, like I mean, it's a Disney movie, but like a baby being so cognitive to learn how to fight is kind of interesting.
and rob people.
Fight and rob, yeah. Right. So like, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I felt like this could have been expanded a little bit more. You can make it more like Avatar and The Last of Us, but like in this kind of world, I feel like that could have worked well in the story. Because like really, we get more into Raya, since like, well, obviously Raya's the main character, and she's kind of like, she's more cynical of the world. She's more of like, we can't trust everything. And then you have while you have Sisu, voiced by Aquafina, who's more the
Would
optimistic
you
type.
so would you think of her as a like a magical character goes like she's a good one. She's not like she's high tier. She's not top tier. Like she's not on that.
She's not Robin Williams. But yeah,
She's not Robin Williams Genie or Eddie Murphy
Eddie
Mushu, but
Murphy,
she's
Mushu.
up there.
Yeah,
She's really up there.
yeah. I think she was good. I think there were some moments where it could be a little annoying, like, but like I think she was fine for the most part. I
Do you
do.
think it's like you just didn't like her humor, like or do you think
Yeah,
like
like
because I thought it was
I think
fine
it was,
throughout the
yeah,
movie.
like I think some of the humor was like fine. I guess one thing is like I was kind of confused about when this was set in, because like the way it was framed, it felt like it was supposed to be like ancient time, or like, like in the past kind of thing. But then they talk about like modern jokes, like uh
Well, yeah. So again, we had this conversation, but like what is it? The genie
Genie
with
also did that
like
as
so
well.
like the genie jokes about like Las Vegas and stuff like that, even though they're what you call Arabian Nights, which is like kind of like a Middle Eastern like
Right, and the
that's what I'm
story's
saying.
like
So like
old. Yeah,
these are these are like uh magical characters that could break the fourth wall. Like so like she talks if you don't know what he's referring to, there's a scene in the movie where they're talking Raya's talking about what the dragons did for like the world. And then Aquafina says, "You know that one kid in a group project who didn't do anything but put his name on it? Yeah, that's me." Like or something like that. That's like the effect of the joke, and it's a good joke. It's
it's
a
a
good
good
joke,
joke too.
right?
It's pretty funny.
But it's like it kind of breaks the fourth wall
Yeah,
because it's
it's
like
just
you
kind of
guys
like, I
live,
guess I was just kind of
yeah,
confused because like everything else has been like pretty like ancient time kind of thing. But then, well, not like super ancient time, but like it felt like it would take it like more like akin to like something from the past, and then all of a sudden you have
yeah.
some modern jokes,
But the
which I
thing is,
guess like,
if you look at it like Raya doesn't really respond to that comment, like because she's like more flag up. That's what I think because
yeah,
when Genie does like Las Vegas, like Aladdin doesn't really know what that is either. But
right,
it's like as long as you don't put that in the movie
like
like entirely, like I
sporadic,
think
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I think one off is fine.
yeah, yeah. And
Would
then
you
like I do like the fact like in their relationship kind of thing, like they're it's like, she's slowly chipping away from Raya's like sense of like cynicism and all that, and then eventually to the point where she gets a little more hopeful for like what she wants to do, and then to the fact like where she pretty much sacrifices herself to become stone, while everybody else like comes together. And like how did you feel about that, like in terms of the ending, like all of them like
giving
sacrifice
Namari pieces of a
the pieces of
heart?
the gem? Yeah.
I thought it was a fine ending. To be honest, it was kind of like they put pieces back together, and then it started to rain, and this like magical rain, like I guess I got to. I think like they were trying to push like if people work together, like that's another thing. I don't really like the ending. Like
Yeah, I don't think it was
it's
terrible, but
kind of
like,
like because so this is a really is a pro, but it kind of ended up being like not like or this doesn't make sense, but like so the fighting in this movie, like this Disney movie, like the boxing one might say, is really
yeah,
really good.
I really
Like
like the animation
each
for
of
the
the
fights.
clans like they have like they have their own fighting style, whatever. The moves look like very good, like almost like anime-ish, one might say. Like the sword fighting is good. Like Raya
Sword
has
is
like
really
his
good.
special sword is like from her father. It's like a chain sword, really cool.
Yeah,
And Amari has two blades. I think his name is Tong. Tong has like an axe, like a battle axe type
right.
thing, and the baby knows like it's like a ninja. But
More like a
like
ninja.
so,
Yeah,
yeah, but like
with
the
her
fighting is really
baboons.
good. But the last scene, it's like what he's talking about is like like they're about to be crushed by like runes and like rust, and they're like using the pieces to like it's like kind of like they're showing the pieces to things. So it's like that's why the last scene, like I guess it's like a good lesson we learned that if you trust in somebody, they can surprise you or something along that lines, whatever. But it's like I like you
Yeah.
can't actually. That's the whole thing. Like these antagonists, since Namari doesn't end up really being the antagonist, you can't really like there can't like be like a final battle or
Right.
something like. And I guess that's not something you like unique as a Disney movie. But it's like come like whenever they fight these antagonists, they're just like either splashing water on them to make them go away, or like showing them the piece of the heart because it's like this is like positive energy and your negative energy, and that's not
Yeah.
like I think it's a little obviously I
I
feel
think it could
like
have been
it's
a
a
little
little
bit more
lazy.
creative, but yeah. Yeah.
Like maybe it's like a dark dragon who like summons the druids and you have to fight a dark dragon or something like that would have been like cool because it's like you because it's like in this world
I guess
like
they didn't
the
want to go like
dragons are seen as
Maleficent kind of style, that kind of way.
yeah,
Maybe.
because if you think about it,
Yeah.
in this world, the dragons are seen as like guardians and all this other stuff and amazing, and like all her brothers like help the world. But if whoever, and it's like so, but let's just say think about like the majority of the dragons have to do something with water, wetness, like life or whatever. What if there's one dragon who's just born different, like who turns things to stone, which stone is inherently dry, right? So
Right.
maybe like he was outcast like by his other dragons because
Like his siblings. Yeah.
that would have like for the Droon instead of just being Droons born from negative emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like he could
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
something like
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I mean, overall, I still really enjoyed
I still
the
was like
film. This did not have any singing in it, so it looks like more Disney movies are getting a little more serious now. I mean, like I was saying before, like how Frozen, they kind of addressed how, like, you know, falling in love with a prince the day you met him is kind of stupid. Like, so they're kind of being a little more self-aware with their Disney isms, and I find that interesting moving forward. Like we're getting more like serious Disney movies, but it's not like super serious, but like, like, I feel like it's more for like people, like where you can watch it as a kid and an adult and you'll still like really enjoy it, kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Final thoughts. Would you like to see more of this universe?
this universe. The thing is, so that's the whole new thing with the ending. Like, there's not really like I guess it's
Yeah.
fine, but it's like all the dragons come back. Like, so it's just whether they all come back and it like rains and destroys like all like so like there's no conceivable way. Like, I don't see a conceivable way to
Yeah.
extend
I
this universe. Like,
I can't really
all
see,
the
like,
dragons are back.
yeah,
It's like all the water comes back because the water goes away and it's raining everywhere and it's like magical water and stuff. Like,
right. And then all the dragons are there. Yeah, it's like Zootopia. I could see a sequel for that. But like this one, I can't really see a sequel
another
to
thing I
this
don't
one.
like, which is like Aquafina's character. I just thought about Aquafina's character like dies or like supposedly dies.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Like she gets shot in the heart with an arrow, but
And
then
then he
like
dehydrates
when
the
the
world.
humans uh come together as one and like put the pieces of the little thingamabob back together, she just spawns from the water. Like yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
it brings it back to life. Right.
it's like there wasn't really there was a like there wasn't really an issue. Like there was I guess they wanted you to learn if you work together, you can accomplish more than if you're by yourself or something like that. But
Yeah.
like there wasn't like there should be an issue because Raya didn't trust Namari, and therefore Namari ended up shooting because Raya like came at it right. There should be like an error, like maybe you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could still put the little thing together, and the dragons come back. Maybe and like so, if the dragons come back, the water does come back. It's just that maybe seafood doesn't, or something, or like the spirit, like you see the spirit, something like that. Like just so like there's like a. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like consequences and stuff like that because one of
Right.
the reasons we don't like horror is because there's not really consequences. But
Yeah. That's a whole other video. Like, so I like how it's focusing on other aspects of the world, like we have here in Southeast Asia. Uh, Pixar is going to be doing an Italian movie later this year, and then another Disney movie, and Kanto will be from Colombia. So they're really trying to expand out more to the
in
world.
content,
In
does that
Kanto,
mean love? That is, I suppose.
I,
I suppose.
we don't know anything about it right now. They haven't shown a
But I mean,
trailer or anything.
like in context, I know a little Spanish. That
Yeah,
means love. That means
love. Yeah,
like it's like she love or something like that. It's like the so this movie's gonna be about it's gonna do something with love. That's interesting. It's
yeah.
interesting.
So we'll have to wait and see what it's like. But yeah, those were our thoughts on Raya and the Last Dragon. Overall, we thought it was pretty good. There's some little issues here and there, but like overall, we think it's worth the watch. So if you want to watch it, check it out for yourself. If you really don't want to pay the $30, it'll be available on June 4th. Thanks for watching. If you like reviews and opinions on movies, comics, TV shows, and video games, you can subscribe to my channel, Red Devilos Reviews, for more of that content. Also, if you want to, actually, Shaq, do you want to recommend your channel?
Yeah.
That's your third
So if
one.
you like reaction channels, we do the best reactions. You need to go to the 301 Reacts. We just had what is it? We just posted a song called "I Ain't Scared" NBA YoungBoy. It was trending. So on this channel, we do talk music, but it's like we have a little bit more commentary in the music. Like let's just say we become characters and then we act as if these characters are reacting to the song. Like it's
Okay.
a it's a good and there's a lot of like inside jokes that you have to understand if you watch the series, right? Like for example, like the song is called "I Ain't Scared," right? And one of our friends was named Kazame. And if you know anything about Naruto, Kazame, before he was forced to give up secrets, committed suicide with the jutsu that he created so he wouldn't give up secrets. Like that's not scary. That is not scary. Like committing suicide so you don't have to get so you don't sell your comrades out. That is like you are the most thing from scared. That's there's a lot of stuff like that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.